Welcome back to Roots of Heaven. This is session number 10, titled Light in the Depths. Last session, the group made it back to the city of Nock after a very interesting excursion to Sifrid's Pass, where they happened to find a interesting portal way that led from Landing, which is a town kind of on the internal or eastern portion of the pass, all the way to the fort known um, officially as Sifrid's Pass. Unfortunately, they were only able to rescue one individual who happened to be bound in the basement they teleported into, and a series of very evil demon women started coming into the basement and chasing them. They managed to escape unharmed, um, with some strange memories of visions thrust upon them, in Belroth's case specifically. But they made it back to the city of Nock, have taken a single day's worth of downtime. The main point of interest is that Namalia put forward a request to have Nuada meet with her to go over some matters and to initiate a tea party, which is a downtime activity that can be explored by characters. And since this is the first time I've gotten a tea party to actually happen, I'm gonna actually roleplay it. So typically with a tea party invitation, it's very formal. You would basically denote whether or not you were hosting it at a location, and if you have a place to like host it, that'd be kind of like an estate or something that you kind of have as a place to isolate and use for that purpose. Or if you do not have a place to host and you know that the person that you're trying to have the tea party with, you would ask them to be host in the invitation. Which did Namalia do in that regard?
I think it would be nice to get together at the Graves End like space. Like if
Okay.
there's like a tea room or a sitting room that we could reserve.
Yeah, so you'd already sat with, I believe it was Nevik, in such a room. So that's, yeah, not a problem at all. Okay, and you specifically stated that you'll be kind of utilizing some fungal tea, and probably some other miscellaneous kind of items for refreshment. Okay, well, you set up in that particular area, probably a good, 45 minutes to an hour prior to the time that Nuada has been invited to meet, and Nuada arrives. He is dressed in, I'm sorry, they are dressed in a long flowing robe, bright orange in color, and he has a kind of I'm sorry, they kind of have a purple sash around their neck, and they have their lower arms not on display. The robe they're wearing appears to have kind of like long sleeves for, normal arms, but looking at it and being kind of aware of how multiple appendages might operate in clothing, you would note that the sleeves are big enough that the smaller hands could probably come out and, articulate and work normally. Um, they sit at the chair across from you, and they say, um, so the documentation reaches into their sleeve and pulls out um, some papers. Um, the very first symbol that you see is kind of an iris, very crudely drawn, inside of a circle. And beneath the eye, you can see what appears to be a very long snake like symbol. And the snake appears to have thorns on it. Nuada says, "This is what I was able to suss out regarding the Lady of the Deep in our archives and with some assistance the Grand Library of Alistair. It seems that this entity is very well documented, and the information I was able to glean regarding it is quite horrifying. You wanted this information because you are tracking this creature?"
I survived a contact with its followers,
Hmm.
and it was duly horrifying. I Everything that I do is to serve the balance, and I believe that this entity has an agenda that seeks to upset the natural balance in the world. So yes, tracking it and its servants is definitely my primary goal.
Interesting. Well, so our understanding of this being is that she is of great antiquity, a being that, well, didn't originally come from the seas around Osiria. According to the documentation, this entity was spawned from the Sea of Solid Flame far to the south. It is known that this place is a font of wild magic, powers from the far plains and beyond. You see that they are bringing the cup to their lips to sip. Just as that happens, I need you to roll me an herbalism kit check. So the tools. You can use either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, your choice.
Wow, she is not cooperating. Hold on.
Roll 20.
Oh, here it is. We'll do wisdom.
The first sip, you see that Nuada kind of goes, interesting, and seems to kind of slowly sip at it to kind of savor the tastes. Now, the kind of fungal tea that you've presented here, um, any commentary you want to make about how it might taste or smell?
I think it would be like packed and fermented, so the flavor would be earthy, pungent, and a little bit bitter.
Okay. And you can see that Nuada doesn't seem to like most of your uh, artifice, most of your potions and your ointments and the like have turned most people's noses astride. Um, I'm sorry, they seem to be kind of focused on the nose, and the seems to be that they are very focused too on the complex nature of the drink. It doesn't seem that they're letting it go away. They seem to be kind of savoring it.
Okay. Okay.
Um, that said, they kind of look to the papers and gesture down to them, um, and they say, "From what I understand, there was a sighting. It should be the last page there, regarding the Lady of the Deep. Um, Apparently, a sighting of a dead kraken to the south of the city of Nog. Um, they believe it resulted in this sighting. And if you kind of look to the sighting, it looks like there's kind of a hand-drawn sketch of, and this is very crude. I'm still working on the matter, but it kind of looks like a massive worm with tentacles all about its three kind of gaping maws at the top, and the topmost crown-like gaping maw has a nasty appendage coming out that seems to have like a female's form kind of growing at the tip of the tongue. And they say, this matches the descriptions from our archives. The Lady of the Deep appears to have been responsible for the death of the Kraken, the destruction of three ships, one man of war, and two frigates that were being maneuvered about on the northern side of the Silver Fang Mountains. And then the creature disappeared. All tracks and traces of it gone. We also have reports that a group of merfolk, a small settlement of merfolk to the south, were obliterated entirely from the coastal maps. It is presumed that this was the entity that did it. No survivors, unfortunately, no reports. Just the aftermath.
Mindless destruction.
So it would seem. If it were a matter that were beyond the abilities of mortals to deal with, it would seem that the Grey Order would be concerning itself with it, as I also have heard reports of another ancient antiquity being released upon the populace and civilization um, up to the north. So it seems that this is not an uncommon occurrence as of late. A hundred-handed fiend to the northwest, and the Lady of the Deep in the coasts. A very interesting time to be alive, I suppose.
Do we know if the lady has an enclave in Nock
You mean to say if there are people who might worship or pay tribute?
or serve her and do
No.
her work?
Unfortunately, this entity, based on our records, has no um, following in modernity. But there are cults springing up all about. It might be the case that there are some splinter cells of ancient cults that have come to this massive, gigantic civilization. They kind of look down to the food items. Um, try one. Um, seems to have the same kind of look. A bit of not disgust, but like focused study, like a rictus kind of look of like interesting.
How do you like the drink and the snacks?
They are quite good. Uh, Most of the food of late in Gravesend has been abhorrently sweet. It's unfortunate, but folks of Calix are quite the sweet tooths. Tongue or tooths? I do not know. I don't really like sweet treats, so this is very interesting and very pleasantly different.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Before we leave today, I'll have to gift you a small uh, jar of my handmade uh, facial cream. Not that you need it. Your skin is perfect.
Well, if it's as capable of keeping a merfolk such as yourself as beautiful as you happen to be, then, well, I will enjoy it.
Indeed, I'm sure you will.
Well, is he flirting?
Um,
He is.
you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is all a little bit calculated, you know? I think.
Nuada,
Oh, it's a 7.
the thing
Yikes.
the thing that kind of makes you feel like it's not earnest
Hmm.
is the way Nuada just feels like very calculating.
Yeah.
And yeah, not knowing too terribly much about Vedalken, it seems to be kind of just natural for them to be uh, uh, to try and say the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's an appreciated compliment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think it happens to have any, uh, yeah, sexual connotation.
Well, yeah, and also, Namalia is also being a little bit calculating.
Mhm.
So I would also like to know um, if there is any. Well, I suppose I have the documents, but
Mhm.
I'll ask you now. Is there any record of people connecting with the lady to harness her power?
Oh, of course. Yes, there have been many entities, many creatures, many people who have formed pacts with it. It is a great old one. It is one of the ancient beings, so it has the power to dispense. And those that are foolish enough to bind with it might do so. I do know for a fact that, according to these records, its goals are obscure in that it seeks food.
Hmm. Don't we
Many.
all?
No, not like us. It seeks food in that it is all consuming. It is a creature of great appetite.
Ah, I see. A cosmic appetite.
Correct. It's led some in at least the Grand Library to believe that this entity might be affiliated with the Shadim, specifically Humbaba, the demon prince of gluttony. I would be wary if it is true that this entity is connected in such a way. That is absolutely not a table you would like to be seated at.
No. I guess I'll have to be very careful moving forward in the way that I choose to learn more about the lady. Um, I appreciate as much discretion, of course.
Absolutely. And sets the napkin down on the table. You saw that they were taking the opportunity to eat while you were talking. And then they say, of course, the documents are yours to take. And of course, if you ever wish to do this again, I am more than available. If there's anything else you'd like for me to start seeking out, records-wise or lore-wise, I can perhaps begin a different avenue of engagement.
Out of character, what is the three goddesses, three ladies that were
The
learning about?
Maegir sisters is
The
what they're
Maegir
called.
sisters. So I wonder if you know anything about the Maegir sisters. I'm very certain that you do. They're a well-known um, mythological and historical
There's
group.
a little I know off the top of my head. I know that there is going to be a play reveling in their story, being hosted at can't remember the name of the venue, but I do know that the playwright will be present at the showing and resides here in Nog. Um, what was his name? Hoppler. Um,
Oppler.
Hoppler. Hoppler. Jonathan Hoppler. Uh, he is a known historian, I guess is the best way of stating it. He likes putting on shows, but he's also a very knowledgeable individual when it comes to the histories and such lore. Um, Beyond that, I do know that they are lustful beings, creatures of a more carnal appetite than the Lady of the Deep. Uh, I don't know much beyond that.
All right. Well, if anything comes to mind, or if you have opportunity to learn a bit more, I'll be I'll be near Gravesend.
According to Nevik's report, too, you had stated that you had seen the Magier sisters at Sifrit's Pass, did you not?
That's what we believe
Yes.
to
So
have experienced.
I will get as much information regarding these three as I can. I do know that they are servants of one of the demon princes of Lust, I believe, Elisha Nagai. So, if they have anything to do with recent issues of a bound temple of hers, it might be Good to know.
Well, just can't get enough of these demon princes, I guess.
Ah,
All right. Well, thank you for doing this research on my behalf.
absolutely.
And if there's any information that you will need from me, please feel free to ask for me at Gravesend.
Of course.
I will return regularly for my business here.
And I'll look forward to our next tea party.
Okay. And Namalia will hand over the little tin of
Oh.
balm.
Oh, you see them very happy, and they will head out. It's again, sorry, the character art that I use for them is an older character, and my brain keeps thinking it's them, but it's not. Anyway, that's that. What was the second day's worth of fun times for everyone else? I don't think anyone else had anything else planned for today. So is anyone else wanting to do any kind of activities during the second day? There'll be 5 days after today that remain until the opera. There are, of course, plots and plots galore to kind of track down financial maneuverings to be had. Lots of stuff that you can do. Sky's the limit.
Well, no
Well,
one
I
else
already-
is gonna go.
I already know what you're
What?
doing. That's what the thing we talked about in your side chat. That's what you're doing
Oh,
today. That's
okay,
today.
so we're still on that. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be you today. So
Great.
that's fine. And then Terry, the thing that we discussed in your chat happened yesterday, not today. So you still have activities that you can engage in today if you'd like. He's muted. Or he's not talking.
He's muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good.
Can you get back to me on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Belroth, absolutely, an option for you to do something during the day.
I think you would just try and practice and train.
Okay.
Maybe try out the axe.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you mean train as in kind of train to kind of glean better abilities or anything, I do have a fun one for you.
Okay.
This will take some effort and some time, though. So you go back to the Grey Order, kind of telling your stories of how you triumphed over the Red Dragon, and all the people are kind of very focused listening into you, and you realize that the leader, the boss, if you will, the fellow you'd spoke with before, who I'd never named, he approaches you and says, an interesting story. I have also fought dragons in a similar manner. When you were fighting it, did you ever have the inspiration or idea to leap upon the dragon's back and fight it throughout the entirety, or only at the moment of its death blow?
Well, I mean, I've considered it. I fought a wyvern in a similar fashion.
It sounds like you are very focused on getting onto the backs of flying creatures. I can train you a bit more in that regard, hopefully help you in the process of being able to maintain some sense of power above such a creature. It will cost you a little bit for the materials for us to be able to engage in the training, but I can train you in this manner, and it'll only take you 3 days. All right. Ask for 250 gold pieces for the training. And just so you know, the big boss, when he actually gets into gear to start training you, is very much the model of a Aetan warrior. the classic old human warriors of elvish defense of old. And yeah, he will teach you the trick of mounting larger creatures. Bear with me here. Do you have the gold to pass out?
Yeah.
Okay. So this will be your action for the next 3 days. You can do miscellaneous stuff besides it, but you gain the skill trick. Oh my gosh, why is this not working? My computer's being difficult. Sorry, I'm trying to show you a handout and it's not letting me do it. One day. Maybe. We'll see. Probably not. Maybe. Oh my. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So, they are going. You're trained in athletics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured as much, but I just wanted to be certain. They are going to train you in the skill tricks of athletics. This will be a total of 3 new functions that you'll gain for the athletics skill. Climb onto a bigger creature, being the main one. And then disarm, which is a second one, and overrun. And those should pop up on your sheet, or should pop up on your screen. Yeah, yes? I said yes. Show. Sorry, computer being difficult. I'll karate chop it. There it is.
Okay.
So you are being trained for those 3 days into these processes.
Where would I put these on the sheet?
You can put them wherever you want. I would say put them in like the boxes on the bottom as if they were features. But yeah, they are basically just one-off kind of deals that you can perform. Skill tricks.
Okay.
All right. So there's a lot of kind of jumping on barrels that are kind of linked to the walls by like rubbery kind of ropes, and a lot of him kind of kicking the barrel while you're on it, and him telling you to strike a specific target like on the side of the barrel. It's absolutely hilarious to watch, but it is absolutely focused as heck to do. So you're having a great time of it. Stephanie, last but not least, what would you like to do for the first day here of downtime?
To be honest, Aveline doesn't really have a real sense of purpose right now, so she's just gonna wander around and look for the other people, see if what they're up to, kind of observe.
Okay. It's not hard to find Jai at the Sweet Misery. Jai has taken up a job and is working there. He's currently not, player's currently not active. So the conversations there are pretty much just mundane carousing. But if there's anything that, again, nothing directionally, but is there anything you want to work on? Do you want to start like crafting anything? Do you want to start, allocating your infusions maybe? I think they're called infusions. That's not really an action that will take any effort, but it's something you can do. Let's see. So as an artificer of 8th level or 9th level?
8.
Yeah, so you should have a total of 6 infusions that you know, and 3 items that you can have infused at any time. We've already worked out that the Sen crossbow of infinite ammo is a permanent magic item that was made by Aveline, so that's not one that you need to have there. And if I recall correctly from Yielden times, you had the infusion for increased armor. That's the only one I can remember for certain you had. She would know a total of 6. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm just reading the thingy.
Oh, no, no problem. I would say that fortunately I don't think, oh wait, there we go. Enhanced defense is 1. Enhanced weapon, repeating shot, replicate magic item, which you had prosthetic limb as the item that could be replicated. And the repeating shot was the version that you permanently made on Sen's item. So you should have one more infusion. Let's see. And as an 8th level, bear with us here. How is there not a list of infusions? Here we go. You could have you already have a radiant weapon that's insanely good. You could replicate magic item, Boots of Elvenkind, Cloak of Elvenkind, Cloak of the Manta Ray, Eyes of Charming. If any of these sound cool, just stop me and I'll explain. Gloves of Thievery, Lantern of Revealing, Pipes of Haunting, Ring of Water Walking.
What's the haunting one?
Pipes of Haunting are an instrument that has 3 charges. Takes an action to play it. Each creature within 30 feet of you when you play it. Wisdom save DC 15 or become frightened of you for 1 minute. If you wish, all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you automatically save. If a creature's been affected by the haunting, they can't be affected by it for another 24 hours. And it recharges. It's 3 charges, 1d3 every day.
That sounds kind of cool, but I feel like it would be neat to do something like a pipe organ and attach it to a T-Panzer, and then like it could like this sounds stupid.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So Pipes of Haunting would be the 6th infusion that you have optioned. So you're going to make a Pipes of Haunting that's 1 infusion used. Do you want to enhance anybody in your team's defenses, Belra?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants it, I'll do it.
Belroth, your armor at current is what?
Plate armor.
Oh, you said light armor?
Plate.
Oh, plate armor. So then
Yeah.
it would have a +1 bonus to it in addition to its normal benefits.
Oh. Very nice.
I can help you out.
Think that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that. And then you could make a prosthetic limb, but nobody needs one right now.
Terry will take one just in case.
Just carries around an arm with him.
I would say
Need an extra hand.
you,
And then
you can enhance defense. Enhance defense again. I'd say go ahead and throw it on either yourself or actually yourself.
Yeah, I want some more defense, honestly.
Perfect. So you'll just add a +1 bonus to your AC. If you can't figure it out, I'll help you with that. But then, yeah, so that's just baseline kind of stuff you could do, pretty normally. So at some point you'd be hanging out with Belroth, and he would be kind of jumping around on barrels that are strung up to the walls and kind of maintaining his balance as the big burly instructor man is kicking the bull out from underneath him, so to speak. And
Very
then
amusing.
you kind of are working on the armor on the side as that's all happening. Good times. And then I would say you could. You don't really have any recipes for anything yet. Yeah, you could research. So if you'd like to kind of research like items you could be creating, you can do that. Is there any kind of magic item like in your mind that you're kind of thinking about like getting for the group or being able to make for the group?
I don't really. Does only Sin has a magic weapon, right? Right now.
No, I have a plus
Namalia.
2.
Namalia has one.
Belroth has one.
Yeah, I have a plus 2 longsword. Stole it from the dragon.
Okay. Okay.
But do you have a shield that's magical?
No.
Belroth could use a magic shield.
Ooh, okay.
Does Chris have Rod of the Pact? Would
Oh.
she be able to make something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pack Keeper's Rod. Do you have one, Terry?
Yeah, I believe I do have a Rod of the Pact Keeper.
It's a really good one.
Oh.
I should.
You could get wings or boots of flying, or winged boots, rather. I mean to say.
Ooh.
There's plenty of items you could make here.
Question.
Yeah.
So apparently I have adamantine armor.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
how?
actually, hold on. Yeah, I don't think it can be enhanced.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You wield a shield, right?
Yeah.
And it's not magical.
No.
So now it's a +1 shield because of enhanced
Okay.
defense. Yeah, because her
Alright.
her enhanced defense can go on non-magical items only. Thank you. I didn't even remember that you got a suit of adamantine plate.
Same.
But yeah, if anyone wants a cool custom weapon like Sin has, I'm cool with that.
It's pretty great.
Or, I mean, if you want, you can, fundraise, garden, hunt. Research is pretty specifically for getting spells and for, like, magical features that require study, like infused items and stuff, or creating magic items. Getting recipes, if you will. I know one thing that the group has is a bag of. Do you guys have? Are you the ones with the bag of holding recipe?
Oh, not a recipe.
No,
No.
just a bag of holding.
I have one.
Sorry,
Jai has one.
Jai has one. That's right.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's Friday that has the holding recipe, but no bag of holding.
sorry,
We're poor.
and don't know how to do anything.
I mean, that's also true.
Anywho,
Except mess shit up.
yeah, I would say just research would probably be best to try and kind of get an idea of what you're wanting to do. And research doesn't require anything besides downtime. If you're looking for like an uncommon magic item, which it sounds like, with winged boots. Let's go with winged boots. That's probably something at least one person could use and use well. You take the better part of the day learning how to do it, and you would note that with the recipe for winged boots, it will take you 2 more days to be able to craft it. And it'll cost you 200 gold pieces worth of materials to make it.
I can do that.
Okay. Cool.
I have an older +1 longsword. If you want to cannibalize that for anything.
You can break down magic items for half their gold cost in Residuum. So that would be 250 gold pieces worth of magical materials if you wanted to break that sword down.
Yeah. Aveline can have that.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So I could just use that.
Yeah, so
Really?
you're basically shattering the sword in like a workroom and kind of taking the Residuum and magical essence out of it and then using that to create the boots. Winged boots. All right. And you're trained in, hold on, leatherworkers tools? Checking.
No.
Tinker's tools, alchemist tools, glass blowers tools, wood carvers.
I think I did Tinker.
Yeah. Tinker's is fine. Okay. Anybody have anything else that they're wanting to do during the end portion there?
So Terry has at least he does not know what Nemalia is doing at the moment, but he has noticed Nemalia looking at him funny
Has he?
whenever
Just now?
in general. So he gets a sense that Nemalia might be that people in the group might be a little bit suspicious of where he gets his power.
You're sus, Terry.
So Terry is going to, in his spare time when he's done making money, he's gonna go and try to, similar to what Nemalia is doing, try to find out more about the source of his power, but maybe like he's sort of trying to do it himself, not telling people that he's sneaking around trying to figure it out.
Where
so
would
that he can.
Where would Terry go to try and read or learn?
Are there any public libraries?
There are plenty of them, but the most notable one is the Grand Library, which is very, very much the repository of all information. It's in the center of town, and it's a part of House Alustair, which is one of the two primary houses.
Okay, so yeah, he would probably try to go there to try to I guess find out where he can find more power.
Okay. So, are you just going in and trying to research it on your own, or are you trying to get help from the sages, pages, scribes?
He's going to try to get help from like the sages and like librarians, I guess. But he's very vague. He's constantly vague about why he wants to know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So this gentleman, who you kind of feel comfortable around, finally kind of like get to an idea of like this person would probably be suitable to speak to. And might not catch wise of what you're really asking. And you ask, can I learn more about the Lady of the Deep? And you are surprised to hear him say, it's interesting. People at House Gravesend were searching for the same information. Interesting indeed. Very popular subject matter.
I mean, like everybody, once you hear about something like that, you're like, what is that? I kind of want to know more. It's interesting,
Unfortunately, those books were taken out by an individual of House Gravesend. I can't really report much on them and when the books will be returned, but I can tell you that they're probably simply going to omnisis this books and then bring back the materials and have copies of their own. It might be a couple of days before that information is available, but if you'd like to research upon your own regarding information we may have missed in our collections of this lore, then you're certainly welcome to do so.
Yeah, I think I'll just, could you direct me to the section of the building or any particular shelves that might be good to search through?
Kind of walk you around the library, which is massive, by the way. Doubly so for a halfling. And they eventually just kind of like lead you to this hallway. It's like 40 foot wide. It's about 80 foot tall, with ladders all over the place. He points down on the right side to like a section of books over there. Most of the materials regarding aquatic great old ones are in that section.
Oh, very cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. And if you spend your day and downtime here researching on the Lady of the Deep, you'll gain a couple of bits of information that were kind of left over. You would note that the Lady of the Deep was sighted off the coast of Nock to the north, near the mountains of Silverfang. And if you're not sure what that means, I'm going to go ahead and pull you to the larger map. Mount Silverfang to the north. According to the information you're getting here, it was sighted in and around this area. You'd also note that the creature has several drawings that have been made of it. One of them appears to be a very beautiful, fair maiden out on an island. This painting that you find inside of the book is, exceptionally well done. There's even kind of gold leaf filigree kind of like running throughout her beautiful blonde hair, and the sea foam looks like it's been kind of like crystallized with some sort of gel ink to like really, illuminate this text like so brightly and so beautifully. And then the next segment, not that same book, but a different book, you find a very just horrifying drawing of a massive serpent with 3 mouths at its top and dozens, if not thousands, of bramble-like tentacles all about the thing. According to this document, the tentacles are burning hot and are capable of melting through stone. The Lady of the Deep is said to be able to traverse any space, be it water, air, or earth. And a bunch of commentaries on things it's capable of doing, which tracks with your abilities that you've been granted from it. Just bigger.
All right. Terry's gonna. So you said there in 2 separate books there was one like painting that was like really beautiful and all that, and then another that was like
It was like a woman kind of like standing on an island, or you look at her legs again and you can realize that it's actually part of the island, it looks like. And very beautiful. The painting is very ornately done. Blonde hair, like has gold kind of through it, and the sea foam and the blue of the sea look like they're very well painted, very ornate painting that I could never do because I suck at art. And also
Stop.
the kind of more just almost medical kind of drawing of the massive serpent with bramble. So
it's like sort of a
tentacles.
terrifying eldritch drawing.
It's like something that you
Okay.
might, as you're swiping through the pages of the Necronomicon, like stumble upon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just gonna. Terry is gonna like look around, see if there's anybody watching, anybody nearby in the library,
No, nobody's around.
and he's gonna take the nice looking painting, drawing, just take it out of the book, stuff it into the pages of his book of shadows, and just
Make a sleight of hand
keep
check.
it in there. A sleight of hand.
Yep.
Joe's face.
Okay. So you manage to tear perfectly along the seam and get the page out with little issue. If you'd rolled lower, you would have ripped that shit in half.
No.
But you,
I like this. I like this picture.
you roll it up, put it in your bag, and the other thing you would notice about that painting is it does look like on her island there are a number of pearls kind of surrounding her.
Still don't think I've found any of them.
All right.
Yeah. So having completed,
Your
like, if
day's
there are
worth of
no
research. Yeah.
if there are no other books that he can find, he's gonna just say, "You think if that other guy who took those other books comes back with them, I could maybe hang on to them for a day, so I could maybe get them next."
Oh, well, you don't have a library card, do you? You're allowed to view
No.
without a library card. but-
I
Yeah.
think oh man, I'm gonna like open up my bag and like shuffle around inside of it. Like, oh no.
Hold on. Make a sleight of hand check.
I said the painting I stuffed into the pages of my Book of Shadows, not in my bag, by the way.
Oh, okay. Is your book of shadows in your bag?
It's on my side.
Oh, okay. Then don't worry about the
You're
sleight.
trying.
Don't worry about
What
the
a
sleight.
lucky duck.
Don't worry about the sleight of hand.
Okay. Also, it is a bag of holding.
That's fine. You
So
said
I was like,
you're shuffling through it.
oh, it must have gotten stolen.
We can certainly print you off a new one if you truly are a member. That being said, you see him pull out a green stone, which you recognize as a calling stone. You simply speak your name and your title and your identification number into this stone, then we should be able to get the process started on getting you a new card.
All right. Oh man. I don't have any spells to fix this. Yeah. The name's James Anderson.
And your number?
7.
5 4 0 6 3.
Processing, you hear from the stone. Roll a D100.
Oh my god. 7.
Oh,
New card being printed. I'll go ahead and collect that for you. And if you'd like, we can certainly, once the books are brought back in, the titles of which I have at the front desk, we can put those on your hold list.
yeah, that'd be great. I'll just come back. Maybe should I come back in, I don't know, 3
no.
days or so?
No, you're gonna come with me to the front desk and I'll give you your card, and then just come when we notify you. The card will start to glow.
Oh, wonderful. I've never put a book on hold before, so I'm unfamiliar with it, you know.
Gets to the front desk. You see him kind of give you a concerned look, and then hands you the card. It does look like your hold list is currently quite full. Sorry to have looked. I shouldn't have pried, but you seem to be very interested in romance novels, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, you know what?
Is
Don't
that
listen.
it's-
Don't tell anyone. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Your secret is safe with me. I will make sure that the books, once they arrive, are put onto your hold list. I will need to remove a couple of these. It hands you a list and says, if you simply touch the parchment on the titles that you do not wish to take out in replacement for these 3 titles, you look at them, and one of them does slightly stand out to you, as it is entitled "The Orgy of the Magier Sisters."
Whoa.
No,
wanna
no, no,
keep
no,
that
Terry,
one.
you want that one.
I want that one.
Well, the one right now. The rest of them seem to be very smutty-looking titles.
Oh, Tusk Love. I've read that one 100 times.
Ow.
Critical
We can
Role.
get rid of
That's-
that
we love to hear it.
Who hasn't read that one? Yeah, I just select 3 of them and just
Okay.
knock them off.
3 of the least interesting ones. All right. And those 3 books are added to the list, and the librarian states that once they're in, the card that you now have will kind of glow. You should be able to feel it kind of vibrating as well. And to demonstrate this, he sends a signal to the card, and you would feel kind of vibrating lightly and
Is
glowing.
it like one of those discs that you get at a restaurant?
Except it's magic.
Imagine.
Wait, those aren't magic?
Magic.
Oh,
They've been lying to me this whole time.
All right, I'll after he ends, be like, "Oh wow, that's incredible." I was like, sort of like, "Oh man, look at the time. I've gotta head on out. Thank you so much, sir."
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's good a downtime activity for one day. I know that Belroth and Aveline are kind of occupied for the next 3 days. So there's kind of a 2-day spell for Amalia, Sen, and for Terry. Is there anything interesting that you want to try out for or do?
yeah. So I just wanted to say that, like, props to the Lady of the Deep for like her eldritch intervention in giving her warlock like just really good luck. That was very impressive.
I mean, honestly.
20 or less, and then there wouldn't have been a card, and they would have been confused.
Exactly. So I think Amalia would like to spend the rest of the time making some potions.
Okay.
I see potion of resistance under our list. I don't remember that ever being there.
It was a dragon potion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was
okay.
and there was a recipe for it as well. And since you're the only one who
cool.
can use it, I assume that you'll be the only one making them.
Cool. I'd love to make them. So based on our experience with the sisters, is there any way to know? I think one of them for sure did psychic damage, or no? Or
Psychic is the most likely.
Okay, so I'd like to make. Well, it says I can make up to 6 at a time.
Yeah.
Do they all have to be potion of resistance, or can I do 4 resistance and 2 healing?
So when you batch it, the last thing that you do makes it a type. So you can batch it as 25 gold pieces per potion, and then you need to buy the 10 extra gold pieces worth of whatever it is. So basically the presumptive method is cooking is so fun, now it's time to bake a cake and see what we've done. And then you place it out and then pour in the gem dust and then say, yay, it's ready. And then it's whatever the type of potion that you have would be.
No, yeah, right. So but can I mix and match with potion of healing?
Oh, healing? No. Sorry, it all has to be potion of resistance.
Either resistance or healing. Okay, great. So I'll do one day of potion of resistance, and we'll do all of them.
The way I heard you ask the question, I thought you meant can you do half psychic and half, or like 4 psychic and 2 another.
Gotcha. Okay,
you can do
that's
that.
what I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll go all in, bet it all on psychic. And then spend the next day making potions of healing, and I'll calculate how much each so I guess I'd have so many of them, and then each player could buy them for 25 for the healing or 35 for the resistance, and that's like at like how much it costs for Namalia to make them.
Yep, at cost. That's a really good deal. What about Terry?
Oh man. Since he's waiting for his books at this point, I think his first day he was like swindling. Second day was spent in the library. I think day 3 he's gonna take slow. He's gonna maybe visit some bars and party it up a little bit.
Okay, so just carousing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you'd see that Jai is working at the Sweet Misery. I mean, it's just you hanging out, being cool. For both days.
Oh, there's 2 days left. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
If another thing too, and you didn't get this, is if you're looking for a specific magic item in the city, to get like a magic item, it requires you to take the shop action. So if you want to buy something specifically, you could do that. Like if there's something you're looking for, because you should have some money. I don't know if they gave you your cut.
what was my cut actually? I only
Perish.
added.
Oh God, do I need?
I only
hold
added
on.
the what you told me to add.
Yeah,
Which
that's
one?
no, what I told him to add, which was money he'd earned on day one.
Oh jeez. Hold on, I'm looking it up. So let me.
From the dragon.
So yeah, from the dragon is. Oh shit. Is split 2,375 gold. So you should have at least that. Do you also need the stuff from
Just the dragon.
oh, just the dragon? Okay.
2075.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a bit of coin.
Yeah.
Now, you can find
2,375.
uncommon magic items, no problem. That's not going to be an issue. So if there's an uncommon magic item you can think of in the DMG or wherever, and you want to buy it, finding it in Nock is not going to be hard. Now, if you want to buy a rare magic item, there is a 25% chance you don't find it. But if you do find it, I mean, you can purchase it.
Okay. Already got those boots. So after learning that the Lady of the Deep is well, he should have been able to figure this out, but he's thick. Aquatic. He's gonna try to find something along the lines of a cap of water breathing and I believe it's Cloak of a Man. No, he's already got a Cloak of Many Things.
The cap is a uncommon magic item and is actually very common in Nock. It's only 250 gold pieces to buy a cap of water breathing. In fact,
nice.
they use a lot of them to coordinate and interact with the merfolk societies in the coasts and reefs around the area.
Okay.
And so
Also,
go ahead.
I'm also gonna try to find a deck of illusions.
Okay, and that's an uncommon magic item as well.
Yes.
Yeah, you can find one. And if you're searching, or if you're purchasing, you can buy up as many uncommon magic items as you like. But if you were searching for a rare, then it would take your whole day kind of seeking that out. But you're not, so that's perfect. That'll be 500 for the deck.
Okay, so total of 800.
750.
Oh, nice. All right, he's gonna spend his day shopping.
That's one day, and the other day carousing, right?
Yeah, the other day was partying.
Okay. All right, that's 3 days. Everyone's caught up to normal. I do want to mention that we have gone several days throughout, and you're in the city of Nock, and no one once has mentioned that they're trying to find or contact Ashuna.
That was gonna be one
Oh,
of
fuck.
Sin's things.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
I only had the 2 days.
Yeah, you haven't done them yet. Sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Sen always saving our lives. Sen, you have the one brain cell today.
Yay!
Okay.
So the plan is that finding Ashuna or just like being able to try and contact them and as well as doing some is it like just in theory is it like a weekday that we're doing these things right now or is it like a
So
weekend?
yeah, the presumption is that the last day of the 6th day, the Day of Dan will be the day that the opera is actually happening. So there's no such thing as a week in this fantasy
Right.
land.
Sorry, 6.
It's sixth
Yeah.
day. It's fine. So the
Yeah.
the last day is like the day of rest,
Mhm.
and that's when typically like shows and stuff are put on.
Okay.
And so that seems to be the case here. So I would say that what with there being 2 more days before the day of the opera,
Yeah.
it would be like the equivalent of a Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. Wait, so am I missing days?
No?
Oh. What day did I do my stuff with the
Oh gosh, you
Mardigans?
are missing a whole bunch of days.
Yeah, because I only did the stuff with the Mardigans so far.
Sorry, that would have been day 1.
Okay.
So that's fine. And then day 2 was the star or the other
The
thing.
stonks.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your day 3 and 4 are basically being kind of put on here.
Okay.
Right.
So day 3 is whenever Sin would start looking for Asuna.
Okay.
And also briefly talking to Brick and giving them some fun money for whenever a weekend comes or a rest day comes
Got it.
so that they can have some fun money.
Okay. And how are you trying to find us?
They gave us that
Tavern as a
piece
location.
of paper.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, the tavern as a yes, the paper, yes.
The paper. They said write on that. Can transcribe message to the other paper. So they say write down that they're back in the city and to meet them at the tavern
Okay.
and give a time.
Okay. The reply back is simple affirmative. And during that day, you would meet with Asuna at the bar. At the one that you were at before, the weird one, or are you going to a different location?
The one that we met at.
Okay.
So that was the weird one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you kind of make your way over there, you very quickly realize that there are a lot more patrols around the area than you're used to. You'd also notice that there appears to be signaling markers kind of placed around the establishment. And it looks like there are a couple of members of House Montule who are present, who are kind of going over the place. It looks like this has been happening for a while, based on like how dug in they appear to be, but it doesn't appear that the place is open for business. The Crystallis.
Crystallis, yeah. Would then it's just like it can be transferred at any time, right? It's not
Mhm.
like once and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you write anything on the paper, it will show up on the other side.
Okay. Then they would write too much traffic here, meet somewhere else, question mark. Or patrol.
There's no reply.
Hmm.
Not immediate anyway.
Well, shit. I might have just put them in a trap. uh Writing again. Heading to Sweet Misery.
Okay.
And then taking a oh shit, what were they called? The trains.
Skyrail or
Skyrail.
trolley.
Yeah.
There are two different
Skyrail.
types. Yeah.
to Sweet Misery.
Okay. Just as you're kind of turning away to kind of leave, you do see somebody kind of moving out onto the kind of porch of the tavern. And when you see this individual, your kind of thought that you had for a moment there seems like it might be a little closer to accurate than you would hope. You see a dragonborn step out onto the porch in very, very fine robes. He appears to be kind of crossing his fingers in front of him, looking around. Montoulet representative kind of wanders up to him, starts kind of muttering something to him. You then see him kind of reach into his bag, pull out a parchment, familiar looking parchment, and look at it. You then see him put that away and start wandering down and away. I need you to make a stealth check if you're trying to remain hidden.
Yeah. Seeing that, they'd probably we'd kind of be real sus about that, and I got a nat 20. We love a good roll.
You see him descend down the steps. You then see two more individuals come out of the hall there. They appear to be carrying a stretcher. There is a body on it. Looking over at it, you can see that the body happens to be the Dick Hole mage that Nemalia was standing toe-to-toe against. Looks like his throat has been slit. And it looks like his eyes are beyond pale. Absolutely, like crystal white. He walks over to an auto carriage, which is absolutely the most luxurious auto carriage you've ever seen. Perfectly shiny black carriage of just automation and progress. And they chuck the body unceremoniously into the back end of it, shutting it. The dragonborn kind of looks to the attendants, who then move to the front of the vehicle, one of them pulling the door open for the dragonborn as he slides into the vehicle. The door closed behind him. These three individuals inside of the, effectively a hearse, drive off.
Great.
And you are very smart and can realize that it appears that they are heading towards the Sweet Misery.
Fuck. First of all, panic. So in that case, Sin would know that Jai is working at Sweet Misery,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then they would immediately pick up their calling stone and panic call Jai in the alleyway.
All right. Well, I butchered.
I'm so sorry.
I butchered Terry, so now it's time to butcher Jai. Hello?
Oh gosh.
Beautiful. Hey,
You said that
sorry.
they're coming for me? Okay. Well, I think this is totally wrong. I'm just doing Kiana. I'm gonna get out of here. And, and then he leaves the Sweet Misery, and he's not there anymore. And he's safe. He's
Great.
a safe boy.
We love it. And then second thought is calling Nemalia.
Okay.
I gotta call my mom.
Molly fucked up.
Hello.
Molly fucked up.
I did a bad thing. I need you to pick me up.
Thing.
I need you to pick me up.
But yeah, Sin would call Nemalia and in panic.
Namalia's like at her room in Gravesend, like with a mortar and pestle, and then like next to her is this this shell, this scallop shell, and it starts like it's like, oh, hello.
Um, Namalia, so first of all, Jai's safe, maybe. But second, I tried contacting, I already forgot her name.
Was it Asuna?
So,
Asuna, yeah. So I tried contacting her, and they're probably dead. That mage you fought, dead. Just saw his body being carried away in a what looked like a hearse, by a dragonborn, and I fucked up. I don't know what to do, but
Wait. Slow down. Slow down. How do you know Asuna's dead?
he had the note. He had the paper. I wrote that I was gonna be here at the Crystallis at a time, and then he's there, and he was waiting.
Who's
And
there?
the Dragonborn guy. I don't
Dragonborn.
know.
Okay. Well,
And then I
that's-
wrote that I was going to the Sweet Misery, and then I saw him. That's when I saw him. It was after I told him. And then I had to call Jai to get out of there because he has a gig. He has a gig there, and I don't know what to do.
Well, look, you've warned Jai. He's a very clever young fawn. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. So now I think we probably should get together and figure out our next steps. I mean, it's maybe a good thing you sent him to Sweet Misery, because I don't think any of the others are there, right?
I don't know. I don't
I
know what
don't-
everyone else was doing.
If Jai, if any of the others were there, Jai surely will have taken them with him. So I think we'll be okay. Do you think you should destroy the parchment or keep it around in case we need to do more digging?
I don't know that destroying the parchment is a good idea.
Okay, wrap it up, keep it hidden.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can come here to Gravesend. It's well fortified, and I don't think they'll think to look for us here.
I don't think anyone's seen me yet,
Okay.
but I'm going to disappear for like a day, and then we'll be good. Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't? What else did you tell them on the paper? Anything else?
I gave them the car number or the train number that I was going to use, but I'm not taking the train, so that's fine.
Okay.
you are looking at it to kind of read the note again, and you can see that there's a new blurb that's been written out on it. And it says, "If you're here, what form have you taken?"
Oh fuck, I really know. Not replying to that. Scream silently into the void.
Just draw the
Hello.
letter A a bunch. Oh,
Sen,
they-
is everything okay?
Uh,
What's happening?
they know I can change, and I don't know what to do, and I should probably go home, but not go home.
Yeah, maybe not home. Are you sure you don't want to come to Gravesend and spend the night here?
Calculating. um yeah, I think I'm sure. In that
Okay.
case, Sin is going to go to the Mardigans.
Okay.
Because that's their backup.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Is there anybody you want to contact besides, just to check on them?
Um, would like to contact Dad. Maybe. Oh, that's going back though.
Okay. Well, if if you're going straight to the Mardigans, we can just do that.
Yeah. Let's start with there.
Okay.
We can work with that.
So you make your way to the safe house and kind
Before
of.
we move on with Sen, Namalia would just call everyone else in the group briefly and be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" Just to make sure everyone's okay.
The mom.
And she would call Terry and be like, "Are you okay?" And he would be like,
Yeah? Well, something going on?
"Oh no, nothing. Just checking on you. Okay, bye." Click.
Oh, thanks. That's so sweet. I knew I'd finally get to him.
Nope. Terry, make an insight check.
Be right back.
Oof, not high.
Wait a minute. Why is she being so nice? The guy at the library said somebody at Gravesend. That's where she's right. Isn't it? Everyone's against you, Terry.
It's Terry against the world.
Your bad insight means you're becoming.
Don't tarry for too long. Oh.
Oh my god, get the fuck. But
I'll
yeah,
leave.
you don't know why she called, and the tone was completely off. Joking about the flanking the Gravesend situation, because again, you don't know Namalia's at that place anyways. But yeah, you would have a kind of strange vibe about that call. That was weird.
Huh. Namali is not usually this nice to me. I'm sure it's probably fine.
So yeah, a call to Belroth, who states that, if I'm assuming, Belroth would say that he's holed up in the
I'm doing flips and shit.
some flips and shit, and then Aveline,
Full flip.
when you get called to flute.
I feel like she would just not really know why she was calling, but so when she answered the phone, she'd be like, "Do you require assistance?"
No, since needed, Aveline, just checking in to make sure that you're okay before the opera.
You're a very thoughtful person.
That's lovely of you to say. All right, gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye.
In the background, you're literally hearing Belroth just like, ah!
Oh. Namalia is just like not fazed by that. She's like, "Oh, Belroth."
That guy.
Oh, sweet child.
When you get to the Mardigans, Sen, the leader guy, whose name I think I've given out, but I don't even remember what it was.
I don't remember either. I have
He
to check my
says, the person that's leading the safe house is actually a blue tiefling named Wodachai. And he says to you, you are staying here for the evening?
Yes.
And are we supposed to be expecting any problems?
I'm not sure. I would like for someone to check on my family
What can be done?
while I'm here. There's a situation. He looks swole as fuck.
Right? I was just like, that hair though.
Oh shit.
Some
He looks like he could
absolute-
fuck someone up.
an absolute
Yeah.
mane of beautiful hair and blue skin. He's got tattoos around his wrists, as you can see, and around, I think, belly button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his neck and
What
on
a
his
Chad.
on his palm. Oh shit.
Oh.
What a Chad. Nailed it.
What a Chad.
Ah.
Ah.
I love it.
Let's put him back up there. Anyway, he says this can be done. But you are remaining here because you seek protection. Who is seeking you up?
There's a Dragonborn. Do I know who the Dragonborn is?
Do you?
Or have an idea?
Do you?
Do I think? Because I, as a player, think that it might be Ekstrom.
Could be. I don't know. Maybe meets the description. Gold
Right.
Dragonborn, fine ass wizard's robes, hanging with
Yeah.
the Montoulet, who are known to be involved in this mess.
Yep. I would give a good description and tell them that it is in potential connection to House Montoulet and that it may possibly be Ekstrom, but not certain. But show them the parchment. And tell them that it's a two-way. Kind of explain the situation. And say I did a fucky wucky and I don't know what to do.
You'll be safe here.
I'm a scared little bitch baby.
You'll be safe here. Your family will be protected. Don't worry about your failures. They will not cause you much issue. You're safe here in the city.
Excellent, thank you.
All right. Nemalia is bedding down in Gravesend's house. Terry, where are you sleeping tonight?
Ooh, I imagine every night he for the most part just like he ends his day just like at some pub and he's like, "Hey, I got a room."
Okay.
So it's just some pub, whatever pub he
would've
happens
been
to
close.
find himself at.
Close to the markets, because this would have been during buying day.
Yeah, it would be close to the market.
Belrotha Grey Order, Mercenary House, and Aveline at House Calibor. Okay. That goes by uneventfully. Goes to the next day of you kind of dealing with the final matters. But do you want to do anything in character? What with the events of yesterday evening being on the table now? No?
Ooh, sorry.
Nothing?
All of us?
Yeah, like, did you want to get together and, like, maybe do, like, breakfast or something and kind of go over what's going on, like, in
Ah.
person?
That might be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Sen would call out on their phone each person and invite them to a breakfast at
I'll move back to the big man.
some random diner. I
And
don't
just
know.
like we do with Zach, again, you are absolutely able to just make up places and name them.
Yeah.
That is not a problem that I have.
Mardigans are where?
Mardigans are kind of not too far from you. I will put
Okay.
them up. Hold on. Their main location is that.
Okay. So
So
okay. So probably something in the green district.
okay.
Just to be far enough away from this mess.
What's it called?
If
If you can't think of a good name for it, I'll obviously pass the buck to someone else.
The inky mushroom. I don't know.
The inky mushroom.
Yeah.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh.
But also ill.
Nasty.
Variety.
That was the
caps are
first
so
kind of.
cool,
That's my favorite
though.
kind of mushroom. Is the black mushroom that when as it ages, it like turns into black ink.
So
They're so neat.
the inky
They
mushroom
are.
is one of the very first buildings that was built by the Mycenaeum bricks of House Gravesend and Calix's co-join kind of efforts. It kind of sits right on the canal, on the kind of northern portion of the more industrial and like more structured segment of the city, and the building itself does have kind of like a domed roof that does have a kind of high slope similar to an inky mushroom. It does look like there's a lot of exterior seating. It looks like the main kind of center point, or where the kind of core of the mushroom would be if it were really a mushroom, is where it looks like they have kind of fire ovens and other implements of kind of baking, cooking, and looks like they also have kind of brewing going on as well. And everyone's familiar with like caffeinated beverages, coffee being the primary one, and the inky mushroom is well known for their coffee as well. You arrive there. It's pretty packed, not crazy unbusy. Lots of folks around. There's some folks that you've passed by before, some that you've seen in House Gravesend. I'm going to change the music to something a little less evil. Or not. I mean, I guess we're still kind of worried about their being evil, but not as directly.
Sven probably didn't even sleep last night.
You're able to get a table together though and sit, and I would say Copper standing maybe 20 feet away, like right on the street, kind of arms crossed, and the auto carriage is parked nearby. I'm assuming Jai would be here. He's going to be less talkative than he normally is, unfortunately. unless I come up with something like he had to have said or something I knew Zach would say, I'm not going to try and stumble into the bad accent territory.
All
So
good.
you all sit at the table. This would be the day before. So tomorrow is the opera.
Mm. Great.
What do you do?
And fam is good. Yeah.
Family according
Okay.
to the Mardigan
Okay.
house is good.
Great. So potentially saw Ekstrom.
How is he?
Looked great.
Well,
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Terry. It looks scary as fuck.
Is this a friend of yours, Sen?
no.
No. Exact opposite. This is the person why we were going to the opera in the first place. Well, Ashuna was supposed to meet with them to get revenge or something, because the
Imprisoned her and made her fight
Yeah.
demons, essentially.
Right. And she never taught me the knife hand thing.
Rude.
And supposedly she's dead because he has the paper. Unless they were together all along.
Or
Evelyn just looks down at her coffee.
well, it is possible that he's captured her again. He did it once before.
It's true. Well, he did kill that mage that you fought.
That's
Also,
frightening.
Crystallis is closed. Like, I don't know if it's permanent, but it was closed.
Well, they did uncover a sect of a death cult in their basement. So,
Wait, there was a death cult in their basement?
I believe so. We heard that somewhere.
That's still a reason to
Shit.
completely shut down the place.
What?
Well, if there's an infestation, you've got to shut down the place for a fumigation, right?
Just clear it out.
Yeah. So, what's our plan for tomorrow? Because I don't want to have to move my family again.
So what was our reasoning for going to the opera in the first place?
Well, we needed to get Ashuna there to.
You're gonna Abraham Lincoln this motherfucker.
Who's Abraham Lincoln?
Who's Abraham Lincoln? Balroth, what are you?
Little
What's in
weird
this
stuff.
coffee?
Is this another friend of yours, Belrock?
Balroth
Isn't
Is
that a guy
this
from
part
a
of your
book?
training?
Balroth, have all those blows to your head gone and made you wacky?
The
No.
the waitress
A blow
who
to the head made Abraham Lincoln wacky.
the waitress who's pouring someone a coffee says, I think that's a vampire hunter. I heard about that.
Oh,
Yes, I love that movie.
good
Don't even
for
care. I
him.
love
That
it.
movie's a masterpiece.
Oh
It
God.
really it is, though.
Okay, so
Didn't see that one.
Azuna was going to get her revenge at the opera
Hmm.
because he was going to be there.
Yes,
So if
but
this
now
guy-
we also know that these three ladies are going to be there as well.
Ugh.
What's actually happening? This is some sort of conspiracy. We're going to conspiracy theory levels here. So what are we gonna do?
I think the best course of action would probably be to simply act as if we don't know what's happening. Because you don't know who might
Because
be
we
watching.
don't know what's happening.
Shh.
I would like to see the opera.
Yeah.
Because obviously, well, they probably expect to see us at the opera.
Yeah.
But if we know that they expect to see us at the opera, then we'll be expecting to see them at the opera. And I don't know where I'm really going with this.
Jai kind of looks at you and goes, whoa.
So maybe we could
Jai
still
took
go.
something last night.
We
He
could
had a
still,
little bit
like,
of green
go
district
to
in
the
him.
opera and just be prepared for a tussle.
I mean, obviously we're gonna have to be prepared for a tussle, but what kind of tussle exactly are we going to be expecting?
I mean, Dextrum did. Well, Sen, do you know that he actually killed the wizard? Well, maybe it could have been something else that killed him.
I mean, it could have, but they look pretty dead to me. So either way, they were dead and in their car. And it was a really nice car too, but that's beside the point. um, they know we're gonna be there, so clearly someone has tipped them off, and I think it was Lady Montalais.
Oh, Lady Montalais. Ugh.
Yeah. So they're gonna know what seats we have too.
This is just getting more and more concerning. Oh gosh.
I absolutely love this. And by the way, nothing is off the table. So again, just role play what you think your character would do. This is perfect. If you
But
would
this,
if you would have ordered mushroom toast at the Inky Mushroom, then yeah, do that.
Is it
Or-
black jam? Is it blackberry jam?
Yeah.
I love that.
And then it's like, you know how they do like portobello mushroom like burgers?
Yeah.
It's that, but they dry it out so it's not like super like soggy. It's like more dry and crispy, and then they put the jam on top of it. It kind of seeps inside of the mushroom.
That actually kind of sounds good.
Oh my gosh.
Put a little like rosemary on there.
It's like it's like
Yeah.
a toasted mushroom with the jam on
with
top.
brie on it.
Ooh yeah,
Cute.
there's brie in it for sure.
Have you seen
Yeah.
like the enormous like puffball mushrooms that they cut like
Yes.
a
Oh my
pizza?
god.
Oh,
That too.
Those are
Something amazing.
so good.
There's yeah,
Belroth is basically just like constantly eating
yes,
right now.
and
Yeah, he's just like,
everything is extremely tasty. This is a very good place to be eating. What Belroth probably didn't pay attention to, but Sen definitely saw, is that the prices here are not cheap. Based on what everyone has ordered, your estimate is everyone's going to be probably shelling out somewhere around 25, maybe 30 gold pieces a person.
I
That-
had coffee.
Belroth is probably 50.
Yeah, that's fine. So even with the coffee, it's still like 10. The place is very expensive. Normally,
Sen's footing the bill. Sen's footing the bill. It's fine.
in most
Order
Okay.
what you want.
in most cities, like currency wise, like 10 gold is like enough to survive for a month. Like in
Yeah.
most places, they don't care about money as much here.
Terry is an avocado toast kind of guy.
I believe it,
Yeah.
and they would have it. Yeah, they would have it.
Also on a mushroom.
The bread they have is
Yeah.
actually kind of mushroom infused.
Oh. This
Ooh.
is swanky.
So's the coffee. It's the what is that gimmicky?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the mud stuff.
The gimmicky,
Yeah.
the gimmicky
Like lion's
mushroom.
mane or something.
Yeah,
or...
there's like a gimmicky mushroom coffee. I'm gonna Google.
Lion's mane is one of them, and then
It's that mud stuff.
Yeah, mud water. I know what you're talking about. This
Yeah.
is not an advertisement, by the way.
oh, mud water.
Don't
Ugh.
come for me.
What?
It
are you
sounds.
talking?
Well,
wait,
it's
are
like
you
filled
talking?
with vitamins and stuff.
It is about equally expensive. Yeah, it's probably that. Like it's overpriced shenanigans. But yeah, there goes the sponsor. It's pricey. It's the main thing I was trying to point out.
Yeah.
Everyone besides Belroth will be spending, or everyone besides Aveline and Belroth will spend 30 gold, and then Aveline 10, Belroth 50.
She's just oblivious. She's like, yeah, food, okay.
50? Yeah, I got that.
Fair.
Luckily, I don't need to eat.
This is true.
Or drink.
No, but
It's for the taste and the warmth, right?
Wait, can
Yeah.
Aveline be healed
Does
by healing
Aveline
potions?
drink coffee?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Aveline can be healed by healing potions.
Okay.
It's constructs are prohibited, but Aveline is a living construct, which specifically states it's not affected by so much stuff.
Got it.
Does Aveline drink coffee like they do in the movie Robots? They just like pour it over themselves.
no.
From-
Why would you even think that? She's too neat.
If you're taking a second,
Yeah, that sounds awful.
if you're taking a second to kind of investigate the process, everything about Aveline drinking coffee appears to be very real. Like it's very insanely like strange how like real and organic it feels. However, on the back end for Aveline, you know that there is currently like a fluid that's moving through like your innards, past your vitae source, and past like other like portions of your interior, and it'll eventually just be kind of deposited at your leisure wherever you'd like to leave it.
Yes. In case anyone was
Washing
wondering
around.
how she was eating this whole time.
Oh, it's like in
Shaker.
Humans.
Oh
You
my
didn't
God.
watch Humans?
Remember? No, like the baby's alive thing.
Ew.
Oh God.
Oh.
We've gone too far.
No, no.
You took us here. You're driving the boat.
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Oh no.
So Namalia would order kind of like a room temp cool tea drink
Okay.
with shreds of white fungus kind of mixed into it.
Yeah, they've got a green tea that they have on offer, and yeah, they can shred up some mushrooms and throw them on top. It would probably be like a shiitake mushroom, kind of like slivers, because it'll kind of like drink in the fluid, so it'll just be kind of like a burst of green tea, mushroomy flavor.
Mushroom boba.
Mushroom boba.
Mushroom boba.
Yes. Oh gosh.
It's very tasty.
Delicious.
But yeah, if there's anything else you'd like to address at this morning meeting.
So the opera is about the sisters, or the sisters are in the opera.
We don't know.
Oh.
Well, it is for sure about the sisters, but
Right.
will the sisters make an appearance? I mean, they might.
We
Oh,
just saw them.
Speaking
And
of
they know
which-
what we look like as well. Just
They
remember
do.
that.
Oh, Jay, maybe you can do us disguises.
Yeah, totally.
They also know that I can change.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, totally.
well, as
There's
added,
that.
So Belroth like was literally about to be like, what if you look like me and I look like you? And then he's like, wait. That doesn't work like that.
it's like Harry Potter. Okay, so as a precaution, I made these, and Namalia would break out her potions of resistance to psychic, and if you like unscrew the little tins and look inside, it's kind of like it kind of looks like like how when eyeshadow is like packed into like a little round tin,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like glittery with purple amethyst. She's like, this is a potion of resistance to psychic, so we may be protected from their attacks. They'll last about an hour. If we decide to go to the opera, we'll have these to help us.
Tell me that you have to put it on to make the potion work.
Yeah, of course. So it doubles as eyeshadow. But of course, you don't have to use it as eyeshadow. That's only a bonus.
Belroth is fully using it like war paint, just like.
Well, don't put it on yet. You still, I mean, yeah, putting it
No.
on is the action of drinking
Yeah.
I think it's pretty.
it.
Thank you. So yeah, I spent a little bit of gold on the amethyst to make these. So you can have them at cost. They'd be 35 gold each if you've got it, if you'd like some. And I've got 6 of them. Oh shit, that's one for each of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Would everyone like one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Okay.
As you're kind of, passing those out, you do see that there are, people passing about, and such. You do recognize someone present here since you've kind of been, with Gravesend for a while. You see Nevik happens to be at the front counter ordering something. Looks like it's more of an item to go, not something he's going to sit around with. But if you don't recall, Nevik Greenbottle is the halfling who acts as one of the wardens for House Gray's End, kind of the contact person between you and kind of jobs therein.
Fuck, I feel like I need to call out to him, but I don't know what I'm.
Oh, you don't
Should
have
I
to.
ask? I feel like I should. Is there anything, any question that anyone's like curious about out of character? I know that's kind of meta, but my brain isn't thinking of a question.
I'm okay with, meta thinking so long as
Okay.
it's not like, done in a fashion that's inhibiting the narrative. Like,
Okay.
those are the annoying. But helping push the narrative, then heck yeah, go for it.
Okay, if no one can think about it, think of something. Namalia, if he turns this way, we'll just like bow her head to him and like, hey, hi, like the head nod.
Okay. So you'd see that he's very kind of focused and kind of orders a cup of coffee, and it looks like he's just kind of a bit more scraggly than you remember him being. It looks like he's kind of out of it, and he's kind of heading off towards Gravesend's main manor.
Okay.
Okay. Continue your conversation.
I forgot where we were. So plan of attack. Ekstrom. Did we know if the seats were near him?
No, you wouldn't know
No,
that.
okay.
What you do, let me help you out here, because it sounds like we have a lot of kind of ideas that are maybe not accurate, maybe not correct.
It's okay.
And
It's
I want to make sure, like, as I describe this, you understand why the situation is as it is, and it is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely the bed you've made for yourselves. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So I want to make sure you understand that. So first off, you
The
arrived
shade.
back here after being sent out by Shuna to go and learn where Ekstrom might be. She could not go to speak to Lady Montoulet because she could not leave the city because she was being watched. You traveled to House Montoulet in their kind of vacation home, spoke to Lady Montoulet, acquired tickets, killed a rival of hers in her house. There is genuinely no reason why that you could perceive that she would want to come back here or deal with any of the problems therein. She is on vacation. She's probably not going to be an element that matters beyond the information you've gleaned, which was where Ekstrom will be, so that you give that information to Asuna. Instead of giving that information to her, you spent a bunch of days doing downtime activities that did not involve you speaking to her, and things happened behind the scenes that you weren't aware of. When you finally did make contact with Asuna, you did so pretty much 4 or 5 days into your downtime process, and a message was sent to you, and Sen was able to ferret out that that message was not sent from Asuna, but was instead sent by a Dragonborn who was presumed to be Ekstrom, based on description. That individual then tried to coordinate information out of you, and apparently has let you know that they are aware that you are able to shift or change your form. For whatever reason, they are aware of that. So, what you were supposed to do at the opera, deliver Suna to that place and grant her cover, allowing her to get in and speak to Ekstrom. She's gone now. So you don't have to do that. Or you could just continue with the plan and try and solve the mystery for yourself. Who he is and why he's doing whatever he's doing. And also where Asuna might be. That's information you could get from him. You do have a worry that you've mentioned, and that was this play, or this opera, is about the 3 sisters. We just saw the 3 sisters, the actual ones. Will they be here? Remember your folly at Siffert's Pass. You spoke the words that allowed for the portals to be activated, and Irith specifically said she had learned something. It's more probable that they are exploring the dungeons beneath Siffert's Pass and are probably not concerned with an opera.
Fair. So this is the day before the opera, correct?
Tomorrow is opera time. Correct.
Tomorrow is opera time.
No one.
So
Also, no one has bought clothing.
Yeah, I want to go shopping.
Oh.
I'm just wondering where all of my days went.
Right?
That's fair.
Because I literally just did like,
Well,
I literally did
hold
the
on.
month.
So actually, this is actually a day before that. Sorry, because you did
Okay.
you did the bad thing on day 3, and then day 4 came. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's one
Okay.
more day after today. Because right,
So we can still get good clothes.
you specifically said your third
One day to go
Yeah.
shopping.
Yeah. You,
Because originally Sin was gonna go shopping with Big Brother.
Hmm.
Because Big Brother is a little bit more savvy with the fancy clothes.
I agree. But now you can go with people
These
in
guys.
the group. Aveline said that she wanted to go shopping for clothing.
Aveline is far better at fashion than Sen is.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to dress Belroth up or he's showing up in plate armor.
No! I mean,
Terry could use a new suit.
I'm glad this is never mind. I was gonna reference Cyberpunk, but that debacle. It's okay.
Yeah.
God.
Good times.
Don't
But
do that.
I don't think Sen's gonna accidentally crush a lady in half.
gosh,
What?
She
And then
So real quick, down memory lane. Elizabeth was playing a solo, which is kind of like a fighter type. They do a lot of gun shooting, and she had just bought a linear frame, which basically is like a strength suit, like makes you more strong. It's like it's a real life thing in real life. Like it allows you to kind of operationally function, lift more, and like hit harder, etc. So she doesn't know her own strength. She just put this thing on, right?
Oh
And
no.
she is then told she needs to go buy Stephanie's character. We need to go buy outfits to make us look like business people so we can sneak into this office place, right?
Full expecting that we were gonna pay full price for these things.
Sure. Elizabeth's character is basically insulted by the lady at this place because it's kind of like a high fashion, reputable like place, and she's dressed like a scene kid, basically.
Yeah.
Both of them are. Like one's wearing like looking like she's in an aerobicide video, and the other one looks like she's wearing a nurse's outfit with a huge ass syringe like attache. Anyways, point is insulting happened. She tried to knock her out to like intimidate her, but instead
No. It was worse than that. Stephanie's character bolts out the door.
with the
She
stolen
insults
goods.
us, and then she bolts out the door with the
That's right.
stolen goods. And then Crystal doesn't know what to do, so she's trying to do like a flip thing, and so going like this, but instead of flipping her over her arm, she's
just tore her right now.
No.
It was pretty great. Anyways, off topic. But a good note
it's on
too.
video.
If you did play in that game, like you did understand like how that city construct kind of works.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want to do here with Nock. Hence the similarities in names. But anyways, moving past that, conversation continues, but we're going to shopping. It's not for a magic
Shopping.
item, so this doesn't require a downtime activity. You're buying clothes.
Yeah.
Do you want to go somewhere ritzy, or do you want to go somewhere simple? What do you want to do here?
I want nice clothes.
Terry wants something real high class.
Belroth is just following, carrying the bags, I guess. I don't, he has no idea what's going on.
That's
If it's
fair.
not made out of leather or metal, he's lost.
Leather King.
That's Friday.
Gonna have a frontline fighter Leather King in every party. Let's do it.
Oh shit! Don't
Anyway,
get jealous, Jonah. Don't get jealous.
yeah. Okay, so if you're going for higher fashion, I would say for everyone present, it would probably cost you 25 gold pieces for, actually, yeah, 25 gold pieces for a really nice outfit. If you want to go like over the top with it and like make it stand out so you're very noticeable and very kind of almost regal, 50 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Evelyn has never had nice clothes, so she's gonna go all out.
Aw.
Okay.
All right, Aveline and Amalia get to decide what Belroth is wearing. So is he gonna be like all super fancy?
Yeah, if you want to be descriptive, I mean, you can definitely kind of like put some spin here.
Oh, give me a minute. I got a Pinterest board.
Yeah, Namalia's
Right?
Namalia's like Namalia does not have a sense of style. Like she literally just mushes together clams and mildew and is like, here's your skincare product. Like it's not real. So she doesn't really know.
Wait, it's not real?
Okay, you Sen doesn't know
You
that.
as a
Ugh.
player know that.
It's not real.
It's not, none of it's real.
None
So
of
we're
it's
just
real.
rubbing like just
It's hilarious,
Stuff.
sir. That's why
Well,
she
the
does it.
healing potions are real, but not any of the cosmetics.
Oh.
so we're just
That's
like
all.
rubbing slime on our faces.
Yes.
Because it's funny.
Where'd this slime come from?
Wouldn't
from-
you like to know?
Well, decay and sea snails. I don't know. But
Okay,
anyway,
but that's actually a real mask.
If you kind of lean into like if you're just wanting to get a nice outfit kind of off the rack, 25 gold pieces, it's not that big of an issue. If you're wanting to kind of go over the top and like have okay, I see a doodle or a picture there. Okay, so something
Nice.
very kind of
ooh,
cane included.
Ooh.
Yeah, cane and a little mini hat, like a top hat.
Okay.
Oh heck yeah.
So, Aveline buys something very functional, but at the same time very kind of ornate, and quite a good look. Since I don't have the rights to the picture, I'm just not gonna show that on the stream. But it's that's good. Sen, or were you paying 50, or are you just going for the normal off the rack?
Oh no, what happened to my Pinterest board? Oh, I'm very sad.
Terry, you said
Um,
Terry, if you're on the docket, ready to go, what are you doing?
Yeah, Terry, he's gonna go for if he's going to the opera, he's gonna he's gonna get a tuxedo with like tails and everything.
Okay.
He's also gonna get a monocle with it.
Absolutely. Typical kind of like high fashion garb in this world. I never really liked tuxedo time personally in real life, so I've omitted it from my campaign setting. Both sides are goofy looking. I'm sorry. So absolutely high fashion, like the same kind of like level. Tails are absolutely a thing.
Okay.
Kind of like high collar. Very kind of regal looking, and cane as well.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Great.
It's like a 1 foot tall cane.
Yeah.
Maybe longer than that.
Sen, you ready?
yes. So we're going to go with the more expensive one, and I am currently working on trying to save this picture to
Trying to doodle up a thing myself.
so this is an actual dress that exists in the world. Oh shit, where'd it go? But it's gonna be the $50, the 50 gold one.
You're wearing a dress, though.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
wearing
Oh,
the
damn.
dress.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Eleganza. Extravaganza. That's, yeah, I love
That's like some Met Gala shit.
Yeah.
Not eleganza extravaganza.
it. I just
I
got that.
forgot. It
That's-
was Theory Mugler.
Wow,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
1997.
Well, I'm digging it. I love the look.
Fall winter collection.
So I would say that the person that you speak to and kind of explain what you want to do, they kind of say, it's not really inside of my ability to do that. I'm not saying no to you, by the way. They say instead, I think you're going to have to go and speak with some of the attendants of House Noman. And if everyone else is satisfied with these tailors, you kind of wait with them, or do you want to just go off on strike off on your own?
Go off on my own.
Okay.
It's
House
fine.
Noman, as you very quickly learn, is actually the location where the opera will be happening. House Noman is very much renowned for its very prominent sense of theater, of the arts, of elegance, of beauty, and you kind of are instructed inside of House Noman by a representative at their kind of front desk that what you are seeking, if you really wish to have something that stands out, is to speak with a tailor inside. Oh gosh, where are my notes? It's always at the time I realize I need my notes as I'm saying the words out of my face.
It's okay.
Um,
I couldn't find, to be fair, I couldn't find the Pinterest board that was on for a bit.
they say that Aurelius will be the person that you wish to speak to. You're led to a small kind of tailor shop down the road from the larger complex of House Noman. Enter into a small kind of place that's just covered with fabrics, garments of all different types, lots of different kind of things just on the walls, on tables, kind of covering them up. The place is very tight, very packed, and you kind of make your way into the space, kind of looking for someone. There doesn't appear to be anybody present. But as you kind of, slink your way through this mess of a place, you see this gnome kind of pop out, kind of look over at you. He appears to be, just very kind of rudimentarily dressed and plain, with the exception of like his face. It looks like there is a lot of paint like on his face, to the degree that it makes his face look like, if you see him kind of turn his face, it kind of looks like his profile has like a second profile on it.
Nice.
It's very strange, kind of like three-dimensional like painting gimmick, that kind of throws you off for the first bit. But he says, "Oh, hello. How can I assist you?" And you kind of lay out the dress, planning to him, and you need it by what time again?
Tomorrow, and says a time like 5 hours before the opera.
Okay,
I'll
well,
pay you, of course, for the inconvenience.
it's not too inconvenient. I kind of have an idea of what you're going for. It sounds like Rona, bird of paradise, splendiferously splashed upon your svelte body. It does not sound like it would be too much of an effort. I just need you to step into the back with me so that I might take your measurements.
Okay.
All right. He goes through the process of working with you, and you notice very quickly he kind of stops in the process and kind of pokes you with a pin on purpose. It seems like it's completely out of left field, and he goes, "I figured as much.
What?
You shouldn't have any problems fitting into this dress."
I mean,
So that makes it a lot easier on my part. I can just make it look good, and then you can fill it.
True. Picked up on that really quickly.
Well, don't mean to be rude or anything, but there is a certain scent that you and yours kind of let out. A glamorous scent.
Ah, yes.
Girl,
Stank.
That's
he's
true.
sniffing you.
He is.
You got that fancy stink.
He's
Meal.
sniffing.
He said, "You sus."
He goes through the process of getting together materials and pointing at them, very closely matching what you're kind of looking at here. It looks like he is kind of piecing together a number of different kind of other garments, and at one point you see him kind of go over to what appears to be like a costume or like a float or something, like a massive like dragon, and kind of just start peeling the kind of like scales off of it for a portion of the dress. And I shall have it. Come at noon tomorrow, and the dress will be ready.
Great.
And no worries on anything discussed here. Nothing leaves the shop.
Thank you for your discretion.
Of course. Okay, so everyone else is looking pretty sleek. This Cizo is the kind of dress that you're going for.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then Belroth, I assume, is just like taller version of Terry. But
What
like
is Terry?
it just he was just in kind of like a tux. But
No.
again,
Fantasy tux.
yeah, fantasy
No,
tux.
I think we're going for like a Victorian fop.
So yeah, like so remember, Balroth has relied on Jay for fashion. So what I was thinking is like whatever Jay would come up with, like that's what Balroth would do.
Yeah. So like patterned vest that's like a little too tight,
Well,
and like a velvet coat with tails, and like really ridiculous looking shit.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I know Zach's not here, and I'm gonna have him tell me what the outfit is
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that level, because like
You gotta
my-
have that.
in my head, Zach's is gonna see like the sen and be like, okay,
You doing that?
challenge accepted.
One up.
that's the way
Like,
I
all right,
thought.
I'm dressing up this tall motherfucker. He's gonna.
Also,
Oh my God.
Belroth. Anyways, I will allow that to happen.
Wait, I have a coat that might be good.
During the day process of that same day, where you're basically getting your outfits made and finalized, is there any actions that you want to take, any activities that you want to do, or any leads or anything that you want to follow up on?
Can we cry?
Yeah, certainly. That's absolutely.
I mean,
Ugh.
Oh my God, that is so ridiculous.
oh, here, hold
Velvet.
on. I have another one. I have a.
Oh my gosh.
And-
I'm stealing these from
Can you
Gordy.
Can you
From
just imagine him
Gordier.
like standing there, just like going like this? Because the lap.
Yes.
Wait, I have another one.
Oh,
There's another one.
That is
Oh, jeez.
fashion.
Oh, you follow the same Twitter I think I do. I think you follow the same Twitter I do. There's like a fashion Twitter. They post like,
No.
oh, that's the way.
This is all on Pinterest. This is all
Oh.
from Goldier's
Pinterest is
Pinterest
life.
board.
Fair enough.
He's a fashion
That I
boy.
will never use.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's giving luxury.
Wait, here's another one. Here's
looks
a.
like he
This
just
one
wrapped
might be
himself
good
in a
for
Persian
Belroth,
rug.
actually. Hold on. This one is a good one for Belroth. It's nice
Sorry
and
for the no visual representations here, folks. It's not my.
classy.
I'm working on it.
This one's a Metropolitan Museum of
Yeah.
Art man's robe jama with poppies.
Very cool.
17th century from India.
Ooh, that
Very nice.
waist.
Cotton. Yeah.
I
Oh,
like it.
Sexy.
comfortable, breathable.
Yeah.
He can probably fight in that.
You might be able to put
Yeah.
your armor under it. No,
Yeah.
not full plate.
Oh. Oh.
At least.
But I think he might still have his chain shirt. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find something that could suit a full plate of armor underneath. Just give me a little bit.
He's gonna be the most ridiculous pinhead looking motherfucker ever.
You mentioned Met Gala. What about what's his name? He wore plate armor and then
Oh,
Lil
Lil
Nas.
Nas.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Just do that for Belroth.
Yeah.
the fantasy. Mm, it was so good.
Yeah, it was really great.
Oh my god.
What is
Yeah,
your
I mean, you know
fashion?
what? You could just wear your plate armor glamored to look, pretty.
Just shine it up. Take that to someone to polish it.
It's made out of adamantine. It does already kind of look pretty good. Like,
So just some
But
extra
make it
polish.
party.
Just give him a
Bedazzle it.
corsage.
give him a corsage.
Bedazzle it. That is in Sin's wheelhouse.
Corsage is all you need.
Little
Um,
polish, little shine. Anyways.
Okay, so if that is it for like I'd say it for fashion, is there anything else again that you want to discuss, move to, do during the last day before opera time?
Okay, I've found exactly what Terry is dressed in. He's dressed in something like this.
Okay, so that's pretty sensible. It's
Nice.
I believe that
With
would
the
be
book. The book is
With the
his book of shadows.
Oh, that is really cute.
Fire Emblem. Oh god, what's his name? It's in my brain. He's a part of Edelgard's troop. Why can't I remember his name? You can't remember his name either.
No.
No, it's Linhart.
Linhart.
Oh.
Now I know it.
What do you think I am?
Guy's a dork. Anyways, no, it's a good outfit. The dress looks like I don't remember. Anyway, good look, solid for everyone. Anything else during the day before the last day that you're wanting to do? And again, out of character note, there is nothing I need you to do. So feel free to do whatever you want. Like, don't ever think that there's an expectation.
Yeah, well, that's what we thought.
There
And then
wasn't.
Azuna got
there wa-
fucking snatched.
There wasn't an expectation for you to follow up with her.
There was from Azuna.
Yeah, I mean, things did happen.
Azuna's like
I
sitting
tried.
with a
I had
parchment.
other things to do though.
Oh my gosh.
I just want you to take that as a note that the world,
I had to be a tycoon, okay?
the world is living. Things are
Son.
currently happening as you.
I don't want to hear it.
Sen, you had the sense. Sen had the sense. Okay.
Sense.
Sense.
Oh, this also would have been a good option. Nah, I'm gonna go with that one.
All right.
My other option.
Nothing.
We're wearing this next time. No, nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Before we move on, can I get an item? Can I get is it possible to have my studded leather armor enchanted with a +1?
That would
Is
take.
that a thing?
That would take some time, but what you could ask is for your artificer to shift functions. They have 3 infusions that they can have out, and currently she has enhanced defense for herself, for Belroth, and then she has Pipes of Haunting on her sidekick. She could shift some of that around if you can talk her into it.
I don't know. I don't wanna like have to take someone's bonus. What about trying to purchase a +1 studded leather
Shop
studded armor?
being that is a rare magic item, so roll a d100.
Okay.
25 or less and no armor. But a day's worth of time trying to find it. Okay, yeah, you can find a +1 suit of studded leather armor, you said?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
It will cost you 1,800 gold.
Okay, I can afford that.
All right. Send Terry, Belroth, and Aveline. Any last minute things you want to try to do?
Is this the day before the day?
Day before the day, yeah.
Mm,
I'm good.
no, just head back home.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good.
Everything seems to be fine on that front, by the way. Family
Great.
life. No issues have presented themselves there.
That's honestly all we care about.
During the evening of the day before the opera, there is a moment where the card that Terry has starts to kind of vibrate and glow.
Is this
The library
said-
card.
yeah, the day before we need to go, or is it
The day before. Yeah, the
Okay.
night before, actually.
okay? Then hey, there's a little something I gotta do real quick. I'll be back in not too long. And Terry's gonna slip out, go to the library.
Okay. You make your way there. You go and find the, librarian you had spoke to before, and they kind of lead you back to the front desk. And they say, yes, your books were just brought in. Looks like we have these items that you wanted to have held. This one here, the Fornications of Queen Lyre. The Orgy of the Magier Sisters. Chaste. And the 3 books regarding the lore. of the Lady of the
Yes, wonderful. I actually totally forgot that I had reserved those. I was really excited about getting these other books here, but thank you so much.
Yeah, if you're going to take these, again, you have 2 6 days to return them as per your agreement.
Oh, that's
Master-
nothing. I'm a
Master
fast reader.
Anderson.
But thank you so much.
Uh-huh. And you leave?
Yeah, he's gonna just. I slip those into my bag of holding.
Okay. Yep, the, all of those books. All
Try to
right.
mark them down.
If nothing else, it'll skip to the day of the opera. The show is at sundown, and you will be recovering outfits through the majority of the day. Of course, there is obviously opportunity for you to do things beforehand. If there's anything that you want to do, again, like I said, there's no expectation from me. I'm just making sure that the window is available for you, so that if you do go, I should have done X or I should have done Y, you will have that for yourself to loathe yourself later about. I just want to make sure you are given plenty of opportunities to be forgotten, and then I know it'd be not. Sorry, if you're talking, you're muted. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Sen would also like to get a calling stone for Dad
Okay,
at this point.
not a problem.
How much were those again?
250.
250. And just because we're also going to get one for Brick as well.
Okay. So, if nothing else, we can do the startup segment. I think that's enough time for it. Everyone is dressed as they explained. Jai is dressed exactly how Zach explains it next session. And everyone else to themselves. But you would note that the people who are present here seem to be very ornately dressed as well. You're looking at the upper echelon of what you would presume are the peoples of this city. You're currently very much in your mindset, like looking at people that you've commonly robbed or burgled when you were kind of in your earlier days. Like these are people who have everything and don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah. They probably didn't even miss what they took.
Right. Correct. From what you can tell, it does seem that there is kind of a large kind of promenade around where the theater is kind of promenade, kind of where the theater is kind of pointed out to be. And so it looks like a lot of people are milling about, what with the showtime being in relatively short order, but it looks like people are kind of out and about. You can see servers walking around with trays of random food items, and some with crystal flutes of some, white colored wine. And you're entering into this unannounced, unnoticed. Everyone else seems to be kind of doing likewise, but it does seem like they're starting to kind of form into like circles. There are a lot of people here, lots and lots of people. If you're from the city, this is not a bad opportunity for an I know a guy situation, but it's also not a bad opportunity for you to try and like see if you can't find anybody that's interesting as well, because I can also posit to that. But yeah, how would you like to operate inside of this environment?
Casually as possible.
Naturally.
So, Namalia would offer to everyone that if they needed to do any special kind of like diplomatic, make any kind of like diplomatic gestures, do any sneaking, to let her know so that she could call to the spirits of nature for guidance.
Smart.
Okay.
Also, Terry does tell people that if we're in a group and things need to be said non-verbally, he can be used to talk to people.
Okay.
Useful. Sin would try and listen in on what the different circles are talking about.
Sure.
Even if it's just idle chatter, gossip.
Okay. So you're trying to just hear conversations, or you're trying to like incite which ones are like the most like, good sounding? Interesting sounding.
Probably the most interesting. Just kind of, tuning into the ones around them.
Sure. So the one that kind of strikes you immediately is you see a face that's familiar to you. About 5 foot or so, kind of dark gray, black fur about the face, very massive, bright, brilliant hat, still dressed in the fineries that you've always seen him in. The captain is standing talking to what appear to be a group of ladies who look like they might be either daughters or young wives of, people present. They look like, and I say that because it looks like they are very much kind of like not in their element here. It kind of looks like he's been assigned to the duty of keeping these people kind of entertained.
Seeing them and being familiar with the captain, they'd go over and nod a hello to them.
Why, hello. I forgot my accent for this one. No, it's not that. It's French. I'm French. No, this is good. I'm gonna keep it like this. Transatlantic. Fuck. All right.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. Oh no.
It's Captain Kai.
I don't know what exactly just happened.
what a catastrophe.
Oh
Oh no.
I'll be okay.
I hope so.
He was supposed to have a Brooklyn accent, but transatlantic is also good.
He's
Close enough.
transatlantic.
That's
Yeah.
good too. I'll accept it.
I think he was French before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was obviously doing as a ruse. Who knows? Maybe even this accent is false. So, are you wanting to exchange with the captain in any meaningful way, or?
I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Nor are you.
Fair enough.
Excuse me, ladies. Steps aside from the group and kind of says, "You you're not here about that girl, are you? The one from the island that you thought I didn't know about?"
Well, no, you're smarter than I am.
It's hard to get one up on this cat.
Yeah, very clever. Expect no less. Partial to that. Is she here?
No. Unfortunately not. Do believe that, according to our reports, she fell into some trouble.
That is what I
Not family
honestly expected.
Not family trouble or anything, no. Just matters that seem to have caught up with her. I don't know who she was involved with, but let's just say that a lot of old debts are being pulled in by, leans in, the Kengo.
Oh.
You know the Shiniguro Kengos, you probably
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah. I'm just writing it down.
Good.
I'm taking notes and trying to do the thing. I see. Well, we're also here to find out exactly what happened and who was on the other end of the paper, because I, for one,
Paper.
was exposed. Yes.
Yeah, I heard something about you recently. Apparently, protection services. This is a poor place for it, and the outfit you're wearing is absolutely amazing, lavish,
Thank you.
magnificent, but definitely not a way to remain concealed and hidden. I do understand the necessity for prominence, elegance, and I get that, but what are you doing here? Like, truly, what's your plan?
They're honestly, truly. Why are you doing this?
Sorry. Just ignore it.
First time I've ever had someone do flips. I'm gonna say it was pretty great.
That was great.
Sorry.
To be fully honest, there is not much of a plan going on.
Hmm.
We got fancy clothes.
We have the fancy clothes. And we are interested in the opera. I've
Oh.
also never been, but
Well, it's
you know.
a pretty great show. I don't really know much about the subject matter for this specific story, but we'll see. Kind of shrugs and looks back over at the ladies, like, he's going to break away from you. Meanwhile, Namalia, Terry, Belroth, Aveline, Jai, you're kind of moving out and about in this kind of
Bad cat.
prelude situation. Again, if there's anything that you want to do exchange-wise, like if you're looking for someone specific that you already know about, if you'd like to make up somebody and have that be a connection, or
So are we milling about right now before the start of the show? Are
Yeah,
we
before
in the building yet?
yeah, you're in the building, but you haven't got to seating yet.
Yeah. Is it like pre 30-minute call?
Pre 30-minute call.
Okay.
So Namalia would be trying to be real nosy and see if she can hear the guy who we're looking for.
Okay.
What's his name?
Ekstrom.
Ekstrom. If she can hear his name, or if she can hear Azuna's name.
So are you more listening for it, or just kind of like looking around, or both?
Listening.
Okay, go ahead.
For
Make
the name.
perception roll.
Can I give myself guidance?
I would say for this process, sure.
Okay. Wisdom. Oh no, no. Perception. Oh, not bad. Okay.
And a D4.
Oh, that's a good old 30.
Yeah, so you actually overhear a couple of people commenting on someone named Ekstrom. You kind of listen in more, and it sounds like they're talking like it's almost like a flippant kind of conversation about this person, as if they've just encountered them. And when you kind of look at them, you see them kind of looking across the room, past a couple of groups to a larger group. This appears to be like the largest group. Looks like a lot of people have kind of gotten close to the door. This seems to be like the door that leads up to like the balcony. And amidst that group, you can see a dragonborn, bright golden scales, very ornate looking attire, very slender looking for a dragonborn. I know when most people think of dragonborn, they're thinking, especially gold ones, they're thinking powerful kind of physically statured individuals. This individual appears to be very almost malnourished, I guess would be the best way to kind of describe his gauntness. He is very slender, and dangling from his chin, you've got the almost worm-like tendrils kind of coming down. And just looking at him for the first time, there's an almost kind of sinister nature just present, like about him, about his face, about everything about him just strikes you as a villain. And he appears to be kind of in the midst of conversation, smiling, jovially discussing things with these people.
Namalia would like nudge Sen and be like, "Hey, is that the guy you saw
It is.
at the chrysalis?" Oh.
Yes.
Okay, well, he's here. Are we gonna want to ask him where Asuna is?
Well, not with the company that he's currently keeping.
But eventually.
Yes.
Well, thinking about it out of character, I mean, the people that he's around just appear to be kind of nobility, well-to-do, wealthy people. Like,
Dum-dums.
if it were going to turn to a situation where violence was going to be employed, this would be the worst place for someone like him to do it. So,
I mean, that's fair.
Oh,
out of character note, this is probably the safest place you could probably get away with talking to him direct without having to fight him.
What about telepathic fuckery?
You want to telepath?
Terry.
You want to? So, do you say that in your mind to Terry? Terry, what about telepathic fuckery?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Telepathic
What
fuckery.
if?
what else?
Now, you know that it still sounds like my voice in their head.
You can't disguise it.
Can't just like change your voice.
What if you have
I can't disguise
can
it
I?
in it.
what if you have like a different accent, and at the end of your sentences you just go in it?
Okay, all right, let me try. And you see Terry just like doing this sort of actually, just like trying to picture his different voice.
You can do
So
it.
you wanna just like go get some drinks at the bar in it?
You say that into.
Oof.
You're saying that to Namalia to test
Yeah,
it.
I'm saying that in Namalia's head.
Well, it sounds
I thought you were just going for it.
weird.
Oh no. I'm just
Testing.
like testing. Yeah. How'd that sound to you?
Well, it sounded strange. Didn't necessarily not sound like you. But it didn't necessarily sound like you.
This guy's never heard my voice in person though, has he?
Well, I guess you'll just have to be mute. After
Oh no.
you put after you talk to him. If you want to do that.
All right, you know what? So, what kind of message do we have for this guy?
Come on, let's warm up that brain cell. Let's get it.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Get it popping.
Oh no.
Then you have the brain cell for the session.
Oh God,
what
it's
should
all
we
on me.
should we ask him something telepathically?
We should probably ask him where Ashuna is.
Or you could compliment him.
Right? Just walk
I
up,
like
"Oh,
your
hey,
face.
friend."
Where the fuck's Ashuna?
No, you have to be polite with these people. If
Ooh,
you want-
Okay,
What if
I
I
like
try to
your
sound like a
face. Where's
voice in his head, and
Ashuna,
I'm like,
please?
and I'm saying this to
This is your
Sen.
conscience, isn't it?
Internet's like,
or isn't it? Whatever. fuck.
This is your conscience.
In it. I see what you're doing, Magpie. I got you.
How'd that sound? Oh, hello, Melia.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
You're talking to your cat.
Terry just starts talking to a cat and not.
No,
Cat.
she was trying to get it from my lap.
Oh,
Aw.
sweet baby.
Okay.
I think
Um.
Aveline is onto something. You could say he looks very well dressed.
All right.
But do
Okay.
we
Right,
have to see
Aveline?
it in
Is
his
that what
head?
you mean?
Yeah, compliment him on his clothing. These types of people like to be buttered up to.
Namalia's
does
like
it need to
taking
be in his
notes.
head?
Ah.
I mean, or
Can we just go up and be like, "Oh, hello, hey guys"? Like, well, obviously Belroth isn't going to be the one to do this, but like,
Are we flirting with them?
I don't know.
Belroth
Because
could flirt
it
with
sounds
him.
like you're wanting to flirt with
Do you,
them.
do you test the waters and send him a message, Jerry?
I just wanted
yeah,
to say
so-
really quick before we do this, just like I think telepathy is semi-safe if he can't figure out who is calling to him. But if he
Okay,
can,
so-
then it might be kind of scary.
Then stepping away.
well, he doesn't. I mean, who does he know? He knows Sen, right?
Are
Yeah.
you going for it, Terry?
Yes, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. The second your mind kind of links to his, you hear static. You immediately realize that there seems to be something present there that is warding him from being spoken to telepathically. You realize, too, that this barrier is something he can raise and lower. You don't know how, but you can sense it. The other thing you notice is as you're trying to kind of place the message forward, he, in physical space, is turning to look in your direction.
And this is why Sin walked away first.
I
Yeah.
immediately like let go, and I tell Sen, it's like,
Mm-mm,
No,
we're not
Zen
by
isn't anywhere
you.
near you.
Yeah,
are you
they
within
will-
25 feet of me?
I mean, maybe in
Probably.
the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say to Sen in her head, in their head, I can't say anything to him, and he knows I was talking to him.
Yeah, I expected as much back in the head. Um,
And he looked at me.
Out
yeah.
of character, what is the goal? What are we trying to accomplish with this guy?
We need to figure out where Asuna is.
That's what I've been
Okay.
trying to get you guys to say for a while.
Yeah.
The goal.
Like,
Okay.
why can't we could have just walked up and joined the group and like started a conversation.
Yeah,
You
that's
still
what I'm
can't.
thinking.
Note, yeah.
And
So,
like
I
just
just
walk up to him and
noticed
be
and-
like, "Oh, hey, have you
Yeah.
seen Asuna lately? You know, we really haven't spoken to her."
Like you're all
Okay,
college.
I'm just
pals,
gonna.
Yeah.
I'm
you
just. I'm.
know? That's the thing.
Stephanie, go.
So now that I know what you guys want, okay. So Aveline's just gonna go walk up to him
Okay.
and start just compliment his outfit, his finery.
So you would note that the people around him are, again, pretty well-to-do individuals. One of them seems to be very much kind of like keeping his attention. But when you kind of walk up and say your compliment, however you say it, you see his attention very quickly kind of shift to you. His teeth kind of start showing as he smiles. And then he looks back at the person he was speaking to and says, "Shh, you can go." And the woman stops talking as if she was like forced to, and then turns around and walks away. Ekstrom turns back to look at you. Golthias stall. He says, low
Fuck.
and quiet. Just like she said. So, how can I help you? You are also very well dressed.
Oh, I'm actually looking for Lady Asuna. She dropped some items, and I was told to deliver them to her.
An interesting story. Very, very interesting to be sure. I can assure you that those items won't be needed anymore by Lady Asuna.
Oh, well, what happened to her?
Oh, she just, has moved on and will not need any items.
I see. That's unfortunate. I will let the sender know. Thank you.
Of
And
course.
just walk away.
You see him kind of grinning as Aveline walks away. He said, he called out what you were right away, which is disturbing. But then,
Yeah.
then he also said something very strange that doesn't seem to make sense. Said, just like she said you would be.
Yeah, I don't know how to address that.
Running away is a good option.
Yeah. I'm not going to go back to everyone else just yet. I'm going to kind of like,
No.
yeah.
Okay. At just that moment, almost as if it was like an absolutely needed recovery situation, the gnome from House Calibor kind of appears like at you, kind of looking up at you and says, you got into this party as well? Very interesting. Are you trying to just fit in, or do you like opera?
Who is this?
This is the little gnome that was kind of responsible for shooting you out of a cannon. Back
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah.
you.
this
Um,
cannon lad, whose name has not been brought up yet.
All right. This is why. Okay. She just says something like, I do enjoy the arts as well.
Awesome. Very great. I don't. It's really boring, actually. But I was invited, so I couldn't say no. That would be weird.
Ah, well, who invited you?
My friend Vasher gestures across the way. You would see that there's another dragonborn. This one appears to be a bronze dragonborn. He is stout, probably about 5 foot tall, tops, and he looks to be very kind of rugged. The attire looks like it was kind of thrown on him. It looks like he'd be more naturally kind of suited to be wearing like armor or something to that effect. But yeah, bronze dragons aren't too dissimilar from gold dragons in the dragonborn categories. That's what he would look like if he was wearing the armor I mentioned.
Ooh.
Oh, are you two acquaintances?
He's a very good friend of mine, actually. He is very helpful in acquiring things.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to introduce you?
I'm not great at socializing, so that would be up to you.
Well, I say practice makes perfect, but if you wish to not, that's fine. I won't force you to do anything besides report back to the House Calibor tomorrow at 9 a.m. and make sure you're prepared for some more testing. I do have some ideas about how we can possibly upgrade your strange palm mounts. We can discuss that further tomorrow. But if you don't want to meet him, that's fine. Starts walking over towards the Dragonborn, leaving you behind, or...
I'll kind of just like cautiously follow him a little bit. Like,
perfect. Sen, you see, Terry kind of move away and kind of staying to himself. Namalia, at this point, you see Aveline kind of get in there. Something very quickly, dynamically changes, and she moves away, starts talking to a gnome, and then following him around.
Can I hear any of what happened with Aveline?
I'd say your perception is high enough that you would have heard everything, yeah.
Okay.
Do you wish to move in on Ekstrom or remain back?
I'm gonna remain back. Is there? Can I see anyone that has like the Gravesend like symbol or regalia or anyone I recognize?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't appear that there are any people from House Gravesend present that you can see.
Okay.
Yeah. You would see, I would say, familiar faces. The only one that... Did you meet Ritkov? Of House Sereda? The dwarf? With the really cool crossbow?
Maybe.
Okay, well then you obviously wouldn't recognize him because you don't even remember him. Yeah. Perfectly fine. Okay. Belroth, are you staying with any one person in particular? Jai, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably the most likely to get into trouble.
And I'll be completely honest. I presume that Jai is actually getting into some of these circles and talking.
Yeah.
So just imagine Zach very kind of like lavishly, like, talking to randoms. And I believe it would sound something like this. Totally. All I got. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Okay. And Sen,
Yeah, he would just kind of be like creeping behind and just like, oh, yeah, no.
and I'd assume the two of you would be basically none the wiser on this situation with Ekstrom, just kind of like waiting for, something to happen. And Sen, you're kind of operationally keeping an eye on everything, kind of picking up on what's kind of going down here.
Yeah, as well as keeping an eye on Ekstrom to make sure that they're not locking eyes, like following Sen, like just a glance fine, but like locking eyes.
No, doesn't seem to be noticing them at all. In fact, it looks like the people that Ekstrom's eyes kind of wander to are Aveline and Terry and Jai.
Okay.
but he seems to be kind of kept in this group of people that he's socializing with.
Okay.
Seems to be where he's locked. Okay. We will be picking up next session at the end portion of the prelude. And then once that end session or end portion of the prelude is concluded, we'll be moving into the process of going through the entirety of the opera. Again, there are plenty of opportunities for you to regroup and communicate. And I feel like that,
Opportunities.
I think that's definitely something
Aw.
you should do in the chat to make sure you have an idea of what the plan is and what you're doing here, other than just hanging out and being sociable. That's also an option. You could just do that too. And we will pick up next week at same time. See you then when we see you.
I will not be here though.
Oh yeah, so there will be no Elizabeth.
Yeah.
There, I will
I'll be
say
at
there.
the ballet.
Oh, nice.
Fair.
And by
There
ballet, I
is-
mean I'll be downstairs in the basement.
There is a risk that I might not be here next week, but it's unlikely.
We will see. Thanks for
It's
those
like
that watched. I'm killing the stream. All right, bye.